All right, in this video, we're gonna go through three main ideas. Number one, how to build a list in PropStream utilizing the new and improved filter sets. Number two, how to use my very specific killer filters that I use to find on-market active properties that I use to find on-market deals that I lock up and wholesale. And number three, what constitutes a great on-market Subto deal that you can lock up and then wholesale and make money for yourself. Ready? Let's get into it. Okay, so this is what PropStream looks like from the jump, right? As soon as you log in, you have this very, very simple startup page. And from there, you can just type in a county that you want to look up. I'll just do Maricopa County because I like it. And from there, you're going to hit this filter tab. As soon as you do that, you're going to see this whole set of PropStream created quick filters that you can just click, right? Click cash buyers, for example, flippers, liens, any properties that have liens against them. You can see, in Maricopa County, and this number keeps changing. There's 6,000, 25,124, high equity, 1,291,000, divorce. Now, this is the really, really quick list if you just want to use stuff that PropStream's already populated, and that's fine. You can do that. But if you want to go through and build your own filter for something very specific, like for what I'm doing, which is on market direct to agent, then what you want to do is go in through these tabs here and build out your very own list. So we're going to briefly just do a quick overview, number one, on these new features. Now, PropStream's changed its layout and it's made the user interface so much better. So what I mean is, these tabs here used to be a tiny little box that it was like a click and a check mark. It was pretty hokey, but now it's awesome. And I love the way this looks. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 very specific headers that you may not need all this stuff. And I'll show you kind of what my specific filter set looks like is really simple. I'll just hop back up here and just show you. Okay, so we're currently in Maricopa County right now, which is in Arizona, and it's a really great market for subject to properties to put them together. And so number one, residential. Okay, this is crucial for me. I'm not looking for commercial, vacant land, or anything else. I want residential, single family. Condos and townhouses could work. I just am not personally looking for them. Okay, multifamily also works, but again, I'm personally not looking for those, right? Minimum bedroom count. I want a minimum bedroom count of 3 beds, okay? And then I want a minimum bathroom count of 1 bathroom. Now, sure, there are situations where I will look at 2 bed, 1 bath, but typically normally I want a 3-2. That's what I'm shooting for, but I'll look as low as a 3-1. Okay, lot size doesn't matter to me. Building size doesn't matter. Year built doesn't even matter. Okay, so none of these other things actually matter to me, but if they do to you, then go for it. Now, next, HOA. I'm good with either. It can be HOA or no HOA. Pool is fine, garage, attic. I don't care about any of that stuff. I'm currently not using the PropStream intelligence, so I don't really worry about that too much. Okay. MLS, really, really important. Okay. So MLS, I want to make sure it's on market. Number one, guaranteed on market. Okay. For sale. I don't want to see rent. I don't want to see solds. I want to see active on market listings. Okay. Really, really important. Moving right along here. Days on market doesn't matter. Status, date doesn't really matter to me. The listing amount, I just like to put this under 600,000 in Maricopa County. I think that's pretty good. You could go higher. In fact, why don't we go to 800,000? Because I know people are definitely looking in this area for these higher price properties, because this area, especially in Scottsdale, things can be really, really expensive. So cruising right through there. Pre-foreclosure, don't really care about that for my model. Owner information, I really want individuals. That is the number one thing. Doesn't matter if it's vacant, doesn't matter if it's occupied, either or is fine. Okay. The next thing I'm going to be looking for down here is, don't care about liens. I always use this estimated equity. I want to max this out at 20%. Now, why would I want to max this out at 20%? Because I want to make sure that the equity that's in this property is really low so I can negotiate a sub-2 deal, right? That's my entire business model. That's what I'm looking for. In fact, let's go down to 15 I think 15 might even be better. Okay. Because sometimes the numbers in PropStream are based off of PropStream's estimated value and it can be a little off. So let's just tighten it up even further and go 15%. Okay. And then mortgage information, conventional FHA and VA, those are crucial to what I'm trying to do. Okay. I don't want things that are outside of the three that I typically look at because there can be like a commercial loan or there can be an unknown, some sort of a hard money thing. Not interested in any of that. I want conventional FHA or VA very specifically. Okay. The other thing that's ultra specific, I need this to be under 5%. Okay. 5% is the absolute ceiling on what I specifically consider a good deal because it's got a cash flow, right? It's got a cash flow at least on a long-term rental to make sense for me. Might be different for you and your model, that's totally fine. But for me specifically, it's got to be under 5%. Okay. And then this is something I've been playing with recently with PropStream is fixed rate is typically where I go because I definitely don't want adjustable and definitely don't want variable. But I think what's happening in this filter set, it's triggering something really narrow and it's not really nailing what that is. So for now, I think I'll leave this off because if I leave it off, you'll notice there's 93 properties. And if I put it on, it drops down to one. Okay. So there might be a small glitch in this that PropStream's got to figure out. So why don't we leave this off for now if you're having issues like, and if you ever have issues, you're not getting many properties, what you want to do is just go through these filters and click them on and off and find out what the issue is. So anyway, typically I'll hit fixed, but right now I think there might be a bit of a glitch and that's what the problem is. Okay. So that essentially is it. And now the last thing you want to do is you want to save the search because you just did all this work. You put all these filters in. Why would you want to do that again? Hit save, right? So we're gonna hit save right here. We're gonna call this Maricopa test because I already have Maricopa in here. Include on home screen. This is a really cool feature where if you click include on home screen, it will put it in a tab that's super easy to take a look at. And then I'll just go over Ham County because this was also a test as well. So I'm going to go over top of that and you can select here if you want updates, never, immediately, daily, or weekly. I don't really need the update because I check this daily anyway. So then you hit save, replace, and then when you go over here, look, Maricopa test is right here. Now, something really kind of weird that happens is it always says 0 for some reason. It's not actually 0. You can just easily just refresh this and it's just and as you can see they're back to 0 again. So you click on that, it's loading, and boom, 93 properties, and these are all have properties as well. So what do you do when you get here? The very next thing that you do is I like to click this little slide bar and hit estimated equity so it goes lowest to highest. So I can really come in and get narrow and get very targeted on what I'm looking for. So you have 93 potential properties that are all low equity, low interest, on market. I mean, we got a really great list here, right? And so I want to avoid these really large numbers, right? So this is not a good place to be. You want to avoid these crazy, because there's a problem here that's, like maybe there's like 35 linked properties or something. I don't know. Something is wrong with those properties. So I personally don't go for them, but feel free if you want to. I kind of like to start around this zone, right? 20 minus $20,000 of equity. Okay, let's take a look at this. So right here, you can see that number one, this is owned by a person. We love that. There's a human being that owns this. That checks the list, right? Next thing, active, right? Oh, what we have a very small number here. Now, this is a rental that snuck through. We do not want rentals. So what I'm going to do actually to fix that is something I discovered. If you want to get rid of these rentals, just put like, I don't know, 50 grand or something, depending on the market, right? I know in Maricopa, there's nothing in here that's 50 grand. And so if you just put a minimum price amount, look, it went from 93 to 71. That solved my problem, right? Save, test, okay. Call it the same thing, home screen, select. Let's go over Maricopa test. We'll just double save this one more time. Hop over here, click on Maricopa, the little tab. This is super convenient. I love that. Hop over here, estimated equity. Okay, now you'll notice that's gone. So let's hop on the next one. What do we have here on, we've got one here on Blue Hills. Number one, look, we got a human being. I love that. We have active 335.9. Awesome. 62 days on market. Awesome, right? That means it's been on for over 2 months and it hasn't sold. This is the most important thing that you want to look at is this mortgage data. Okay. Look, FHA loan, 3.22% for the first loan, second loan at 6.58%. That's a no-no for me. But look, the debt's really low. It's only $12,000 of debt at 6.5%. The big loan is at 3.22. That is a for sure call. So what do? You go down here, you scroll down, and you find out here is the agent's name, here's the agent's phone number, here's the agent's email. You can reach out to this agent today, right now, and find out if they're willing to entertain a Subto offer or whatever your exit strategy is. Now, for me specifically, I'm looking for on-market Subto deals that I can wholesale. And so if this one, I would call this agent. If they were interested in looking at an offer, I would go in, write the offer up, and lock it up. Now, this is just the filter set section. The getting on a call section, if you want more information on that, you can always hit me up at jvwithgordon.com. I have a free script you can download. You can get on the phone, you can call. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna attach the free script here in the video. So it should be linked down below. The filter set is only the beginning. Once you have the filters in your list, that's the beginning. The very next step is you need to be able to use a script and make that phone call to that agent and have a conversation with that agent to see if that seller's open to the idea of doing a subject to deal. If they are, having the ability to actually lock it up and get that deal under contract and then wholesale it, just whatever your exit, or even buy it for that matter. That's super important. Now, if you're only at the point right now where you can put a list together and you can find potential opportunities, but you don't know what to do beyond that, you can easily just hit me up at jvwithgordon.com, hit the submit a lead or submit a deal tab. And from there, there's a form. You can fill out the form with all the parameters. There's a video that explains the whole thing on the form on how to fill that out correctly. Somebody from my team will get that and they will call you back and let you know whether it's a deal or not for me. And if it is, then I will go try to lock it up for you. And if that's successful, we'll get you paid. So anyway, that's kind of the, the full meal deal on how to get, from start to finish, how to do this. So this video here is really specific to the filters. Now, if you are trying to figure out how to get a good list on PropStream, this is exactly it. And so finally, I'll just go over what constitutes a good deal. Based on the filter set, we'll just hop back here. It's a minimum 3-bed, 1-bath, okay? It is on market, for sale, active, under $800,000 if it's Maricopa County. If it's Texas, I like to go under $500,000. It's an individual owner. It has equity of around 15% or less, sometimes 20 will work as well. It's got either a FHA conventional or VA loan, and the interest rate has to be below 5%. All right, so if all that makes sense and you're ready to go, there's an affiliate link below. If you do not have PropStream, if you already have PropStream, awesome. And once you find your potential deal, if you don't know what to do next and you just need some help locking it up, you can hit me up at jvwithgordon.com. And then from there, you hit the submit a lead tab, fill out the form. Once you fill the form out, somebody from my team will reach out to you and go over all the parameters. And if it's a green light, well, then we'll call it, lock it up, and get you paid. Let's rock and roll. And thanks for watching.